Have you ever felt a spark with a woman and wondered if she's feeling it too, but couldn't quite tell? Maybe you replayed the conversation later that night. Maybe you caught yourself thinking, was she interested, or was she just being nice? Today, we're going to uncover 3 subtle signs that a woman may already be feeling desire toward you. And trust me, the third one happens right under most men's noses, and almost nobody notices it in time. There's something fascinating about attraction that most people never fully understand. The loud moments get all the attention in movies and television, but real human connection rarely begins that way. In real life, desire often arrives quietly. It hides in body language, tiny gestures, lingering pauses, and moments so subtle they disappear if you aren't paying attention. And the truth is, many good men miss these signals, not because they're unaware or unintelligent, but because no one ever taught them how differently women often communicate attraction. If you've ever walked away from an interaction feeling confused, if you've ever realized years later that someone may have liked you, I want you to know something important. You are not alone. Almost every man has experienced this at some point. Maybe there was a woman who always found reasons to talk to you at work. Maybe someone laughed a little harder at your jokes than everyone else did. Maybe a woman kept lingering near you at a gathering. And only later did you wonder if there was something more beneath the surface. If any of that sounds familiar, I want you to comment the word relatable below. Because the more honest we are about these moments, the more we realize how universal they truly are. I'm Mary Smith, host of the Senior Mindful Living YouTube channel. And today I want to help you understand something that can completely change the way you experience relationships and social interactions. Women often communicate desire differently than men do. For many men, attraction feels direct and immediate. But for many women, attraction unfolds more gradually. It's emotional first, observational first. Women tend to look for comfort, safety, emotional presence, and curiosity before allowing desire to move forward. That's why attraction often appears not as loud declarations, but as whispers. And once you learn to hear those whispers, everything changes. The first sign she may already feel desire is subtle physical touch. But I'm not talking about accidental contact or casual politeness. I'm talking about those tiny, almost unconscious moments when a woman finds small reasons to close physical distance with you. Picture this for a moment. You're standing together during a conversation. Maybe you're laughing about something simple. As she responds, she lightly touches your arm. Not dramatically, not in a way that demands attention, just gently. And maybe her hand stays there 1 second longer than necessary. That second matters. Psychologists who study attraction often talk about the importance of physical proximity and comfort. Human beings naturally move closer to people they feel emotionally safe around. When attraction begins forming, the body often reveals it before words ever do. A woman may lightly brush your sleeve, adjust your collar jokingly, tap your shoulder while laughing, or guide you gently through a crowd. These gestures are usually not planned consciously. They happen because her nervous system already feels relaxed around you, and comfort is the foundation of desire. I once heard a story from a man who attended a small dinner party with friends. He spent most of the evening talking casually with a woman he had just met. Throughout the night, she kept finding tiny reasons to touch him. She laughed and touched his arm. Later, she brushed lint off his jacket. At one point, she leaned closer while making a point and rested her hand briefly near his wrist. He assumed she was simply friendly. Months later, they reconnected, and she admitted something surprising. She said, "I kept touching you because I was hoping you'd notice I liked you." He missed every signal. And that happens all the time because most men are waiting for attraction to be obvious when, in reality, attraction is often delicate. Now here's something important. One isolated gesture doesn't necessarily mean desire. Context matters, personality matters, but patterns matter even more. When touch repeats naturally throughout an interaction, it often reveals emotional openness and growing comfort. Here's a small exercise I want you to try this week. The next time you're having a conversation with someone, stop focusing entirely on your own performance. Instead, observe the interaction itself. Does she find reasons to move closer? Does physical contact happen naturally? Does the energy feel warm and relaxed? Awareness changes everything. And if this conversation is already helping you see things differently, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. These discussions are designed to help people understand relationships in a deeper way. Now let's move to the second signal because this one reveals more than words ever could. Her eyes. There's a reason people say the eyes reveal hidden emotions. Research in social psychology consistently shows that eye contact carries enormous emotional information. Interest, discomfort, curiosity, attraction, affection, all of it often appears first through the eyes. But here's what many men misunderstand. Attraction rarely looks like constant staring. In fact, genuine desire often creates a very specific rhythm. She looks at you. She holds the gaze slightly longer than expected. Then she looks away softly. And a moment later, she looks back again. That pattern is incredibly powerful. When a woman feels emotionally drawn towards someone, her attention naturally sharpens. She becomes more present. She listens more carefully. She remembers details. And her gaze changes from casual politeness to emotional engagement. You've probably experienced this before without fully realizing it. Maybe you were talking to someone in a crowded room, yet somehow the conversation felt strangely personal. The world around you faded slightly. Every time your eyes met, there was a small pause, almost like time slowed down for a second. That's not imagination. Human beings communicate emotional interest through attention, and attention is one of the earliest signs of attraction. There's actually fascinating research showing that when people look at someone they're attracted to, their pupils naturally dilate slightly, an involuntary nervous system response. Of course, this doesn't mean you should analyze someone's eyes like a scientist. The point is simpler than that. Attraction changes presence. You can feel it in the energy of the interaction. A man once described sitting across from a woman during a casual coffee conversation. Every time he spoke, she leaned in slightly. She maintained soft eye contact. She smiled before looking down briefly, then returned her gaze again. Later, he told me, it felt like she wasn't just hearing my words. It felt like she was completely with me. That emotional presence is rare, and when it appears, it matters. So here's another challenge for you. Start noticing not just who talks to you, but who focuses on you. Who remembers little details? Who keeps reconnecting eye contact across the room? Attraction often reveals itself through sustained emotional attention. Now, before we move into the third signal, I want you to pause for a second because this final sign is the one most men completely overlook, even though it may be the clearest signal of all. The third sign is this. She creates privacy where there wasn't any before. And once you notice this, you'll begin seeing it everywhere. Social situations naturally keep people in shared environments. Groups talk together, friends gather in circles, conversations remain public. But when a woman feels growing attraction, she will often create small moments that isolate the connection between the two of you. Not dramatically, not obviously, just subtly. She might say, "Come look at this." She might suggest grabbing a drink together away from the group. She may lower her voice and share something privately. She may create a small pocket of emotional space meant only for the two of you. Psychologists sometimes describe this as creating micro-environments for deeper connection. These moments allow emotional intimacy to grow without outside pressure or distraction. And here's the fascinating part. Many women do this unconsciously. They aren't necessarily planning some grand romantic move. They simply feel emotionally curious about you and naturally seek opportunities for more personal interaction. I remember hearing about a man at a birthday gathering who spent most of the evening casually chatting with a woman in a larger group. Nothing intense, nothing dramatic. But at one point, she quietly said, "Come with me for a second. I want to show you something." It turned out to be nothing more than a photo album in another room. But the album wasn't the point. The point was the moment. Once they stepped away from the crowd, the energy shifted completely. The conversation became softer, more personal, more emotionally connected. Later, he realized she had created a private moment simply to see what the connection felt like. And that's what many men miss. When a woman creates small moments of privacy, she's often exploring emotional closeness. She's seeing whether the connection deepens when the outside world disappears for a minute. Now here's the key. How you respond matters more than saying the perfect thing. Most people ruin moments like these by overthinking them. They panic. They try too hard. They rush. But attraction grows best in calm emotional presence. The most attractive thing you can often do is simply remain relaxed, attentive, and emotionally available in the moment. Because real connection isn't built through performance. It's built through presence. And that may be the most important lesson in this entire conversation. Understanding attraction is not about manipulation. It's not about memorizing tricks or decoding people like puzzles. It's about awareness. It's about recognizing when another human being feels safe, curious, emotionally engaged, and drawn toward you. Once you begin noticing these signals, touch, eye contact, and the creation of private moments, you stop feeling lost in social interactions. You stop chasing validation. You stop forcing things. Instead, you begin recognizing when connection is already quietly forming, and that changes everything. So the next time someone lightly touches your arm, the next time you catch that soft returning gaze, or the next time someone creates a small moment alone with you, in the middle of a crowded room, pause for a second. Pay attention, because those quiet whispers may be telling you something important. And now, you know how to hear them. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.